We're going to share with you guys today some of our tips on how we free camp in Australia without it actually being a free camp. We just, you know, go about camping in the streets and car parks and areas like that. Morning. Good morning. Tell him I'm trying to keep the dinner on me. You doing some waving? Yeah. It wouldn't be the same if our vlogs didn't start off like this, hey? You waving in bed. It just never gets old. Should we say good morning? We have just woken up. We're still lying in bed and yeah, it's gonna be a good day today. We've started heading back up north, back up to Queensland, for those of you who don't know. So in our last video, our last vloggy video, we were in the south coast of New South Wales, and now we are almost in northern New South, well, we are in northern New South Wales. We're in Yamba. So we're heading back up north for the winter. So we had a spot that we know, this is where we stopped last time, and we found this secret little free camp spot. And it's like one of our favorite spots. So on this side, we've just got some trails. There's literally the beach car park is just over there, and then the beach is over there. But we are on the harbour side. What do you call it? The river side. We are on the river side. So you can see I actually filmed a video last time we were here. Maybe you guys remember. I think it was my self-care routine video.
Yeah.
So as you can see, we're not trying to be inconspicuous at all. We've got all our dishes out if someone was to look in. We've got our visor up on the window. But we did not hang out any of our clothes that are wet, which is something that we usually do when we know that we're safe. We know that no one's gonna tell us off or anything. No one comes here. No one's gonna come get us in trouble here, but sometimes we just don't hang out our clothes out the front because we want to be a little bit more conspicuous. So yeah, anyway, we're going to share with you guys today some of our tips on how we free camp in Australia without it actually being a free camp. So how we just, you know, go about camping in the streets and car parks and areas like that. And we're also going to talk to you about the free camps that we've been to that are like designated free camp areas in Australia, the ones that we've been to so far. So many people ask me on Instagram in particularly about how we free camp and how we feel about doing that. And yeah, I've got a bunch of questions from Instagram that I will answer during the vlog. And we are going to drive from this place today up to a place called Brunswick Heads, which is another one of our favourite places, and we free camped there for like 2 weeks on the way down a few months ago. So we've got Bruns down packed. We know where the free camp spots, good spots are, where we won't get in trouble. But right now we're just gonna get up, we're gonna get dressed, maybe have a tea, and we've just realised that in the car park that's literally just through here, there is a massive market on this morning, not a massive market, but a farmer's market on this morning. It's the weekly Yamba farmer's market, so we're gonna go check that out because we could use just a couple of things. Maybe we'll get like a drink or something. Let's get dressed and go see what the markets are about. What have you got? What's that, Tallow? What's that? Excuse me? Is this what happened in the last video? We weren't watching you for a minute. And what did you find? I found it. Can you tap for mama? Tap.
Can you pull it down?
Good work.
Oh, it's very bright.
Have you got shoes on, Tao? No.
Where's your shoes?
So guys, I just need to say how incredible the temperature is here. Like, Tyler's got a jumper on and long pants on, but it is so, yeah, he doesn't need it, and it's so much nicer. Let's go see where the markets are, Tyler. I don't think they're there. Maybe they're in the next car park. Yeah, the difference in between weather, like in between temperature from even from like the Central Coast near Sydney to up here is so amazing. Like as soon as we got to Coffs Harbour area, it was just, if you don't live in Australia, then maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, but as soon as we got, yeah, to like Coffs Harbour area, it just was a little bit more humid and just like warmer in general. It wasn't so cold at night. Oh my gosh, it was just amazing. And we are warm people, like we are Queenslanders, even though neither of us were born or raised there. We are Queenslanders at heart, I think. So we're so happy to be going up and exploring Queensland for the winter. Yeah, can I have your hand? Thanks. Okay, you gotta hold my hand because we're crossing the road, all right, darling? Come on. Mmm. What you got, Tal? A little bit of orange and passion fruit juice to start the morning. Orange juice and passion fruit. Hold on.
Let mummy have some.
We're gonna head off pretty soon. Ooh. We're gonna head off pretty soon to the next place. We've got a 2-hour drive, or almost a 2-hour drive.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll see you guys back at the bus.
We've got the speaker ready and the phone ready to play Tello's favourite duck songs. And we're good to go. When we get to Brunswick Heads, we're gonna have a sit-down chat with you guys and answer some of the free camping questions and just kind of talk about how we free camp and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But for right now, we're gonna start driving. Ready? Ready.
We thought we would sit down with you and answer some of these questions that we've gotten about free camping. Yeah, free camp most of the time. Free camp as in like, we don't go to designated free camping spots, that we do sometimes, but most of the time we just camp in public areas. And we haven't had a problem yet with that, but we just kind of go off like how we feel about the area, if we feel like it's a bit rookie or not, and yeah, just like that kind of thing. We just kind of do it. And when we first started living in the bus, I feel like it was a little bit more, we were a little bit more hesitant, and we were a little bit more like trying to be more inconspicuous, but now like that we've gotten used to it, we're definitely just kind of, yeah, don't really care. But anyway, I'm just going to answer some of these questions because I think it's a great way for you guys to find out information about how we do it.
Yeah, so one of the questions is it legal to camp anywhere in Australia? And the answer to that is no. It's pretty much illegal to sleep in your vehicle anywhere except like a designated campsite, like a caravan park or a campsite.
Yeah.
Like people aren't even allowed to sleep in their own car in front of their house, like
yeah,
on the road. Like you can't sleep anywhere. It's illegal to do that. Yeah. It's illegal to do what we're doing.
Yeah.
How do you find a free camp? Let's just explain what we do.
Yeah.
So what we do is we'll rock up somewhere during the day, we'll hang out, and we'll just kind of get a feel for the area. We'll talk to locals if we can. We'll always end up making conversation with someone around us, and they're usually from the area, and then we always ask them, hey, like, what do you think about camping in this area, or even staying overnight in this beach car park? Is it patrolled? Do you see many people doing it? Just get a feel for the area. By nightfall, we'll usually have dinner in the spot where we are. By the time Taylor's ready to go to sleep, it'll be dark, and if no one's come around and bothered us,
and we feel safe,
and we feel really safe, then like we'll most often just stay where we are because we're up so early in the morning. Otherwise, like if we feel like it's not the best spot to sleep, then we'll usually just drive around the corner, a couple of streets back from where we are, and park up on a residential street in a spot where we feel like we're not
right
invading
on someone's driveway, or
you know, like we don't want to make it seem like we're invading on someone's privacy.
Yeah. And we also always try, if there's like, if we go to a street and there's like on one side of the street there's houses, and then on the other side of the street there's like just bush, we'll park on the bush area because we don't want to invade anyone's space, but also because like then if we need to get out and wee during the night, which I do a lot, then like that's really easy for us to do because the bus shields me from sight from anyone, and it's just bush on that side. So then someone asked, do you get worried that you will get moved on when you've already set up for the night? We
don't sleep anywhere where we feel like we're going to be moved on.
Yeah.
And there definitely are places where we'll be parked, and we won't sleep there because we'll be like, no, we feel like we're going to get moved on here. Because if I feel like I'm going to get moved on, then I won't sleep. It's not worth it.
Someone asked, is there an app that we use? And no, there is not an app that we use.
There are really great apps for free camps, but we don't
never use them.
We're never near them anyway, so we just kind of don't really use them. And then so it kind of started, we went to one really cool free camp on the south coast. And then when you're at one free camp, you then hear from the people who are there about other free camps. So that's how we heard about all the free camps that we've actually stayed at.
Yeah. Do you find it harder to free camp or stealth camp being in a larger bus? I think that's from someone who lives in a van, and and no, like we don't. This is a short wheelbase Toyota Coaster, but even if it wasn't, yeah, like we have friends that live in the long wheelbase Toyota Coaster buses, and like maybe then like if you look at them from the outside, maybe they don't seem so inconspicuous, but like yeah, that's not a worry of ours.
It's not a worry at all, and like just don't touch the camera, bub. You can jump up and down, but just don't touch it, okay?
Do you have issues with people knocking and asking you to move? And no, that has never happened. Wow. Do you have any concerns with safety while free camping? And how do you choose a safe location? No, we don't have any concerns of safety when we're free camping, and if we did, we obviously, like, we wouldn't put ourselves in that position of being somewhere where we don't feel safe. We've only been in Queensland and New South Wales since we've been in the bus, and we've known most of the areas. Even if we haven't been there before, we know people in the area, or we know, we just like know them in general, like they're beautiful areas, and they're just like, there's no need for alarm, there's no need to feel unsafe really.
And like the bus completely locks, so we lock all the doors, all the windows at night. If someone wanted to get in, then they'd have to smash a window, just like if you're in a house, they'd probably have to smash a window. So
is it doggy?
It's not something that crosses our mind
and a kitty
really
cat.
At all. We've had a couple of times that we've been sleeping, even just the other night, we were sleeping just outside a park, and there was some sort of young kids getting drunk in the park, and they were making a lot of noise and playing music really loud. And so in a case like that, then we just like moved around the corner.
Yeah, it's annoying.
And which is annoying, but that just happens sometimes.
What are your favourite free camp spots in New South Wales?
So there's two designated free camps that we've been to in the last month that have been like really nice.
Yeah.
The first one was in the Kangaroo Valley. If you just type in free camp Kangaroo Valley, I think it's the only one.
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful.
You got Mummy's glasses on.
Try and go when it's not very busy.
Ow.
It's right on the river. And at night, just before the sun sets, all the wombats come out, and there's kangaroos, wombats.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's really amazing. So we really enjoyed that. And then there was another one that we stayed at last week. it was just north of Taree in a place called Lansdowne.
Yeah, it was super beautiful.
And it's just in amongst the state forest there. And that was really beautiful too.
Someone has written, how often do you go into normal society to buy your goods? Guess that means like, when are we in towns instead of being like just at a campsite? And to answer that question, like, we're always in towns. Like, we're usually always around a town, and we really like Tyler's just doing some banging. We also, it's really helpful for us being around towns all the time because like Tallow needs to be at a playground, or he doesn't need to be, but it's just so easy to spend, you know, a couple of hours with him by a playground, parked up with the bus. So that's super handy for us. And yeah, so the times where we've really gone, like, you know, we've gone to a few national parks and we spent a few days there, but we also, like, we end up running out of water, we need to get more food, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're always like around town. We don't like live out in the bush, but one day we will. So that's all the questions that we've gotten. I think it's also important to say that when we leave a campsite, when we leave anywhere in the morning, we'll always make sure that we take everything. Oh yeah.
We don't leave rubbish lying around. We always put all our stuff in the bins.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important to say that if you are doing this style of camping, then it's a kind of like no trace camping, right? So you don't want to rock up to a residential street and camp overnight and leave all your like rubbish in the gutter when you leave. You know, that's not okay.
Yeah, and I think that when rangers come and pick people up, that's probably the type of people that they're trying to pick up. Like people that are just causing mischief, leaving rubbish, or being really loud and noisy.
And we see a lot of it.
And leaving like beer cans and bottles and stuff, and like that's just not okay. And we obviously don't drink and we don't do any of that kind of stuff. Not that kind, like we don't. Like, yeah, we don't drink, so we don't leave beer bottles, but we also don't leave our any type of rubbish. So yeah, that is a good point to make. And if you are watching this video and then you free camp and you get a fine, then like,
not our fault.
Not our fault.
Because it does happen. Like,
yeah, of course it does. Like it could happen to us tonight, but you know, like, yeah. Anyway, so that's the end of our Q&A of free camping. So for the rest of the day, I might show you guys where we are, like where we've parked right now, and I'll show you the beach. What is he doing? What are you doing down there, Tal? Causing mischief.
If we missed anything that you really want to know, just leave a comment down below. We can answer that directly. We hope we've covered as much as we've covered as much as we can.
We just forgot to film the rest of the day, but we got out what we needed to in this video. We wanted to answer those questions for you about where we slept and stuff, and how we free camp, how we go about it. So yeah, I hope that you guys find that useful in some way if you do live in a van or a bus, or you're planning to. We woke up actually really early this morning because we wanted to watch the sunrise, even though it's a bit grey. Yummy. Is that yummy?
What? Huh? Did we watch the boats go on the river today? Didn't we? This morning.
You're doing horsies.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
So I'm gonna go up here because you guys distract me. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Give us a big thumbs up if you did, because it really helps to support our channel. If you have any free camping questions for us, then leave them down below and we will try to get around to answering those for you. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, that's all from us for now. We'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye!